Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Been on a bit of a flashlight kick lately, and unless you've been hiding under a rock, you've heard of Olight, and they are fastly becoming the rock star of the flashlight industry. I've owned several of their products and always had great experiences with them, and they just keep getting better and better. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Seeker 3 Pro. It's a very bright flashlight from Olight, and I can't wait to get this thing open. Let's get started. Before we jump into our unboxing, let's jump onto olightstore.com where I purchased this light. $139.95 currently as of December 2021. 4200 lumens really drew me to this package. Can't believe how much power we're getting in flashlights nowadays. This Seeker 3 Pro, brighter, smarter, 4200 lumens, built-in proximity sensor. That's interesting. And again, the big feature here, 4200 lumens. Look at that picture. 4 LEDs built into that lens with that proximity sensor on top. That's just incredible in a handheld flashlight. Wow. And now let's take a look at that interactive view of the new rotary on-off switch, surrounded by LED indicators giving you battery level and brightness. Very cool example here of the proximity sensor. Good example of the safety and technology that's built into this light. Another feature you may or may not like is the smart lockout system. Deactivates the on-off switch after 30 seconds of non-use. Huge battery, 5,000 milliamp, of course rechargeable. You never have to open up and take the battery out. Of course, you've got the convenient magnetic tail cap charging system that we've come to know and love with Olights. Very cool. Different colorways available from time to time. They got some limited runs, I'm sure, of this light. Other impressive specs: drop test up to 1.5 meters, waterproof IPX8, submersible, max throw of 250 meters, which is over 800 feet. That's incredible. Olight Store offers a 30-day money-back guarantee and, of course, a 5-year warranty on this made-in-China device. All right, all the specs sound great, but does it live up to the hype? Let's get this thing opened and figure this out. Love my Benchmade bug out. It needs to be cleaned and sharpened, but hopefully it'll get this plastic off. Do not want to cut this high quality feeling box. Let's see if we can rip into this cellophane. Very satisfying. If you're not into unboxing, fast forward, but what a great feeling box. I just want to, I don't know, if you're going to give this as a gift or you're investing your hard-earned money into one of these, you want this kind of quality. Oh, it looks like we have a magnetic. You kidding me? Man, that is so awesome. It's the little things that make me so happy. Great presentation. Ah, great. And thank you message from the Olight team. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. And you can tell they appreciate the unboxing experience of getting a new device. And I like this quick start little intro document here that's covering up our light. Make sure you read and follow all the safety rules. Yeah, we'll get to that. This is an interesting little package within a package. And let's see if we can get this open. Probably going to have our manual in our charging cable. And this is supposed to be a faster charging cable, I think 1.5 to 2 amps. And there is our packet of information regarding operation in multiple languages. Not a book, but a pamphlet, and that's fine with me. And we'll unpackage our magnetic USB charging cable. This one's 1 amp, 1.5 amp, and 2 amp stages. So it should be a pretty effective charging device for this unit. If you're like me, you've got a bunch of these laying around, but they're always good to have. You got to keep your light charged. Another thank you. Awesome presentation, Olight. Thank you. I love this box, man. But it is all about the flashlight. And before we get to the light, this holster looks awesome. Olight branding on it. Nice heavy duty feeling nylon. Carabiner hook. Can attach this in many ways, like a snapping molly strap. And of course a fixed belt loop. Plenty of ways to attach this cool holster. Wasn't expecting this thing to be so cool. Here's our buckle. Let's see if we can get this thing opened up. Just a push button. And we do have a Olight branding stamped into the buckle, which is a nice touch. And very tactile. A couple of drain holes. You got a drain hole on the top and the bottom to let any liquids that seep into your system. And there's our first look at that awesome 4 LED light array there. And that signature blue strike bezel. Let's get this out, man. Wow. Looks and feels excellent. We've got our Olight Seeker 3 Pro branding stamped into the front or the top. Have your battery configuration stamped into the unit as well. The positive heading towards the tail cap, negative going towards the lens. Awesome feeling silicone-like grips or scales implanted into this awesome aluminum chassis. Incredible, beautiful. There's our magnetic tail cap that allows us to charge it via USB. And this thing's so pretty, it's hard to focus. Let's see if that... Yep. Very strong magnetic tail cap. Let's unscrew this. Very high quality feeling threads. Gasketed. And this is one of the first steps you need to do is get this protective insulating film off of your battery to allow charging and allow safe operation of the light. And there's the battery. Powered by a 5,000 milliamp battery. Again, positive goes towards the tail cap. And we've got our threads that, yep, they're nice and oiled from the factory. And negative goes towards our lens. Should be pretty hard to mix that up. Slide our battery back in. Again, 5,000 milliamp battery. Supposed to give us up to a 15-day runtime. Gasketed for your waterproof. And everything feels great. Love the feel of these grips too. It really reminds me of a high quality camera. The fit and finish. And since I took the battery out and put it back in, there's no lockout because it wasn't. Yeah, it's supposed to lock out after 30 seconds of non-use, but I think because I had the battery out, so that's a interesting workaround. And looking at my monitor here, I'm gonna have to definitely adjust my shutter speed, but I wasn't planning on turning the flashlight on yet, so keep that in mind. You want to make sure this thing is fully charged before you operate it. So let's get the charging out of the way, and then we'll adjust our camera and take a closer look at this incredible little light system. Let's get our USB charging cable out, and I will plug it to a power supply that's already on the desk here and get this hooked up. And got our magnetic connection there. And what you can't see on camera is the indicator light is now red, showing us that we are charging. And through the magic of YouTube, we're going to set this aside and let this fully charge, and then we'll adjust the camera and resume. And we're back, and we are successfully charged here. You can see now the green indicator lamp underneath the charging head is letting us know that we are successfully charged up. And really love that you don't have to take a battery out. You don't have to unseal the chassis to get to the charging. It's all external and foolproof, really. If you have the battery in correctly, this thing's going to run. And the fit and finish, this thing is just gorgeous. Have I said that enough? This is just a beautiful design. And with those rubber textured grips inlaid into the chassis, this reminds me of a high quality camera. And it just has that fit and finish and the construction of just a high quality precision instrument. And I don't know how else to put it, but it just looks incredible. All right, let's look into some of the operation. Again, once this light's been off for 30 seconds, it's in lockout mode. You can see when you hit the on off button, you're going to get a power meter on the right side showing you your battery charging levels. And right now on a full charge, we are all the way up. And the last or the fourth LED lets you know you're above 75% power charge. When it gets down below 10%, the first LED will light up red. Now let's swing this knob and unlock it. You just see we unlocked it. Now the left side is giving us some indicator of what the light is set to. And it looks like we were at 300 lumens. And we're scrolling up. We're now at 1200 lumens. And the control knob has a wonderful detent to it or step to it. So it's got great tactile feel. Double click from any mode, and once it's unlocked and we go to turbo, which is 4200 lumens, then turn it off. And I will scroll through and show you the different settings, but there's basically moon, which is 5 lumens, low 50 lumens, medium 300 lumens, high, which is 1200 lumens, and of course the turbo that everybody loves is 4200 lumens. So plenty of variety here in lighting options in our Seeker 3 Pro. And did I mention how much I love this control wheel? It feels great. I love the feature. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. Now that I see it, I get it, and I like it. This is a high-tech flashlight, man. And just scrolling through the PDF of the manual, and highly recommend everybody does that. But once we unlock it and turn it on, you can hold down the button from any section, and it will scroll through low, medium, and high. It will not deploy or scroll through moonlight or turbo, but it will go through 50, 300, and 1200 lumens whenever you hold the light down, and you can release it and leave it at that setting. So good to know. Of course, you can also micromanage each setting with the control knob to change some of the intensities within each step. So very cool. I want to do a quick demonstration of the different light modes to give you an example. Right now the flashlight is locked. We're going to roll our control knob either left or right till you see those left indicators turn on to our last setting. Now we can run the light normally. At any time we can double click it to put it in turbo mode, but I'm going to hold it down and scroll through. You can see we're scrolling through low, medium, and high. We're not scrolling through the moon mode or turbo when we do that, only the low, medium, and high. To put it in moon mode from off, we're just going to hold it down when let me turn the light off. Do a long press for a second or two, and moonlight mode will kick in. So 5 lumen moon mode has been deployed by a long press from the off position. And per the manual, this will allow you to run the light for 15 days. From there, we can roll the wheel and resume low, medium, and high modes, and you can scroll all the way up to turbo with the wheel. So let's go ahead and double click it and put it in turbo mode and show the proximity sensor when we go near this box. You see it will step down to 300 lumens. You can override the proximity sensor by double pressing the button within proximity, and it will leave turbo mode deployed. Let's go ahead and confirm some of the specifications of this light. And we are spot on at 7.05 ounces. And for my friends overseas, grams is confirmed at 200. So there's our weight. And length is confirmed at 5.2 inches. Still can't believe how powerful this guy is for the size. Big things can still come in small packages, guys, just saying. And I mentioned before that this really gave off the vibe of a high-end camera. And when I went to confirm the business end of this unit, we're at 35 millimeters on the nose. Pretty interesting. The rest of our body is just under 30 millimeters in thickness, diameter. Almost forgot to mention another cool safety feature is there's a built-in shutoff. There's a timer built into this light where it will turn off after 9 minutes or 3 minutes. And once the flashlight's turned on, you can double press and hold on the second press to find out which mode you're in. 2 presses or 2 blinks will mean you're in the long timer mode, which is 9 minutes. A single press means you're in the shorter 3-minute mode. So just double click. Now we're in 9-minute timer mode. Double click again and hold. Single blink. We are now back in the 3-minute short shut off mode. So this flashlight is not only very cool, it is very smart. And I love all the features that are built into this thing. One more thing I forgot to mention was the magnetic tail cap. It makes it really easy to mount your light if you need it. I want to do some quick side-by-side comparisons with some other favorite lights of mine. This is the Olight S1R Baton 2. This is 1,000 lumens. It's an awesome EDC everyday carry flashlight. I'm always reaching for this thing. It's very pocketable. Love the pocket clip, and you can also clip it to your visor on your hat. And just an awesome rechargeable. Has the Olight DNA with the tail cap charging USB cable. Love this light. Just give you some proportions here and perspective on how it stacks up next to our Seeker 3 Pro. Now, if you're familiar with Olight, you must be familiar with the I1R2 EOS little keychain light. This is 150 lumens, little twist to turn on, USB rechargeable. Every keychain in the world should have one of these. This is just an incredible deep carry flashlight. One of my favorite all-time lights for EDC carry is this Phoenix E12. This is a version 1. This one's only 130 lumens, runs on a AA battery, and this one's several years old, but just slightly larger than a stick of chapstick. Fits in the pocket well and has a low and high setting, but how the lumens have evolved over the years. Throw a Sharpie S-Gel pen just to give you some size perspective here. And what you may be seeing on this desk is the only downside to this Seeker 3 Pro that I'm finding is its round construction. There's no steps or squared edges on this thing to keep it from rolling off the desk. So that's one minor knock, but something to consider. And one more comparison. Here's a flashlight I've had for several years. This is the Phoenix PD35 Tactical. And when this came out, it was a game changer for me. This is 1,000 lumens, tail cap switch activated. It also has a forward button to scroll through the settings. This one does have a strobe feature as well, and it's just a workhorse of a light. I love it, and very dependable through the years. I have a rechargeable battery in this one right now, but you do have to take the battery out to charge it. And technology keeps getting better and better. I mean, one day we'll be looking back at this Seeker 3 Pro and thinking, wow, only 4,200 lumens. But anyway, it's hard to believe that this size light, I mean, they're in the same conversation as far as size goes, and you got 1,000 lumens versus 4,200 lumens with so many more features. Final thoughts on my unboxing and first impression of the Seeker 3 Pro. This is an outstanding flashlight. Very happy I purchased it and have no problem recommending it. I highly recommend you get a hold of one of these. If you love flashlights or just for everyday use, this is a great light for the house, for the vehicle, for work, for outdoors, for camping. I cannot wait to get this light out into the real world and put it through its paces, and I will keep you updated on how this thing does. But let me know your thoughts. I really appreciate you tuning in. Sorry this was a longer video, but I'm not sorry. This is an awesome flashlight, and one of these days I'm going to figure out how to review something this cool in under 10 minutes, but I'll definitely keep working on that. Please let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, see ya.